John, Jay, and Rich. It's Thursday, January 16. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. Text us. You can text us right now. You can even text us later when you're listening to this on the podcast later today. Or if you're listening right live, you call us right now. You text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. Here are a couple of texts going on. 985 number. John, Jay, and Rich, tell Kyle to start getting her tax info together so she's prepared this year. Smiley face, smiley face.
Oh my gosh, I'm dreading that, but you're right. I usually always procrastinate and wait till the last minute, and it's so stressful. That's really good advice. Thank you.
John, Jay, and Rich, I feel like every time I wear Victoria's Secret Love Spell lotion, I get stopped by TSA, and they scan me every single time. Does anyone else have this problem? I want to know if my theory is right.
Weird.
Well, the next one of us that goes, let's get that lotion going.
It smells so good, that Love Spell lotion. It's like in that purple bottle.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, do you think they stop you because you smell so good? They just want you to hang out a little longer?
Maybe.
So you can get some free sniffs?
John, Jay, and Rich, kudos to whoever redesigned the iHeart app. Much easier to find things. Love you all.
It's a great redesign.
And you can almost bookmark us. You can set a preset on your dial for the show. Mm-hmm. So that way when you go, you don't have to go looking all over for us. We're right there.
Well, we have a voicemail message or something like that. What do you call it? Talk back, something?
I guess this is about Peyton saying a lot.
Toot my own horn, but part of the trend, he just thinks I was warning. You don't remember anything. You're just I was just to me, he was up. I was I seriously, this wedding was I was she called me last second and was stunning. It was beautiful, something, right? This is or not, or whatever. But
what's that, Nick?
Yeah, so Peyton yesterday said on the Afterwards podcast, somebody brought up the amount of time she says and I just took it upon myself. I found a random 4-minute bit, and that's from one of those bits.
That was one bit. Okay. Yeah, so if you listen to our Afterwards podcast, I was reading text messages that we didn't get to on the air, and someone said she says a lot.
I guess I do. But it's okay.
She just really likes similes.
So we all do that.
Okay, Rich, why was yesterday a day of Rich falling apart? Was it emotional?
No, but it's, you know how everybody has the same sort of resolution where it's well, this year, at the beginning of the year, I am going to eat right, and I'm going to ratchet up the workouts so that I finally, for once in my life, in a decent shape, or not in bad shape. Now I've got a new goal, and that is to get through at least 5 workouts without needing a chiropractor or physical therapy or something else, because I don't even think I ratcheted up that much. I got to be honest with you. A skosh. I'd say I ratcheted up a skosh. And I've had to go to, since the beginning of the year, I've had to go to a chiropractor to get a rib pushed back in place. I've screwed up my neck doing something. My arm hurts. Everything hurts.
Are you stretching before your workouts?
No.
Well, that's your problem. You need to warm your body and your muscles up.
I don't want to do that.
Can I tell you, I actually had a conversation with my trainer. I feel there's lots of trainers out there, and I feel somehow I've stumbled upon, I think if there was a competition for the best trainer in the country, my guy would be top 3. I really feel that way. And I've had a bunch of them. And yesterday I was working out with him, and I said, because Rich came up to me yesterday and goes, have you done a kettlebell workout or used a kettlebell lately? And I said, I think I did before Christmas, and I'm not a fan of the kettlebell. I'm not a fan of any of this, but I like the results. Right?
I guess that's true.
Right? So I tell my trainer, I said, Rich asked me if I've done a kettlebell workout because he said he was going to the chiropractor. He's going to get PT because he did one a couple days ago.
Monday.
And he said and then my trainer says, and I've talked about him on the Afterwards podcast too. He goes, he's doing it wrong. That's what he said. You're doing
probably.
it wrong. If you're hurt, you're doing it wrong.
I imagine so.
So don't you have a trainer watching you?
Yeah, but I also
Tell him
kind
to
of
get off his phone.
I also kind of go on my own a little bit too. Like I did a little bit by myself too, and it feels right. And I've gone through all the the stuff where the trainers tell you what to do. It didn't even feel that hard. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like it was impossible. It wasn't even that heavy. But I think I'm just falling apart slowly, unless somehow we get over this arc. But yes, Peyton, you are right. I should stretch, but I don't want to stretch. I feel like if I go for a walk before, that's like a stretch. It's not true, though.
Not. You got to get down on the floor.
So
You got to get your toe touching.
I think even though
it's so important.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. But like, would you rather be hurt? Would you rather be falling apart?
Okay. I'll
Pick the
add
lesser
stretching.
of two evils.
We'll
Doesn't
stretch
your trainer
today,
make you
Rich.
stretch before you work out?
No, we warm up on the bike for like a few minutes, and it's like you get your heart rate up, and then you go.
Seems like you need to fire your trainer.
You're doing it wrong.
Well, anyway,
We're all trainers now.
I think I'm sort of put back together for the moment, for the day. But
didn't
today's going to be a totally new day.
Did something happen to you, Peyton, your rib?
Yeah, I actually had a rib out of place, and I was in so much pain. Like, it was over the Christmas break. I would take like a deep breath in, and I would feel like a sharp shooting pain through my back. And once we got back here, I went straight to Grant. I was like, Grant, I need you to crack my back. I have a rib out of place. And he like kind of like felt down. He's like, oh yeah, there's definitely a rib out. He literally popped my rib back into place. It was so deep. And I know that my rib was out of place because I'm very tender in my ribs now.
Wait, was Grant a chiropractor at a
I don't
You
previous?
guys
know.
had so
I
many
know.
jobs. Like for you to feel her back and go, oh yeah.
guys.
right there.
My sister's a chiropractor in Australia, so technically I'm a chiropractor.
This is a house of learned doctors.
100%. If one of us goes to school for something, we all went to school for something. You know what I mean?
The N7 rib, I'll take care of it.
I feel way better. Yeah, I mean, I'm sore, but it feels phenomenal. And as soon as it happened, we were like, oh yeah, that rib's definitely back in.
So Rich needs body work from Grant.
Yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes.
I didn't know you had such skills.
I can tell you this, that there's times where I get an IV drip, from when she comes to my house. Jana gives my house, and then she started putting this stuff in my drip called Toradol, and it's a pain medicine, even though I'm not in any pain. The next day after the Toradol kicks in, it feels amazing to not be in pain, because I think we get so used to living in pain
That
that
is
you
true.
don't think you're in pain.
Yeah, that
so
always
when
hurts.
you're not in pain, it's like, oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah, it feels so great. Like, I got that when I went to go get an IV with Kyle. I did like the athlete recovery one, and I felt phenomenal. I
They
was
put
like,
the Toradol
I'm
in there?
good to go. Yeah, they put that was like the main focus.
Yeah. So when I went to Hawaii, I asked Jana for some extra Toradol shots. So I gave myself a Toradol shot in my own butt before I got on the plane, and the plane ride was great. And then I took one halfway in middle of vacation, and then I took one the night before I got on vacation.
It's like super aspirin, right?
Yeah, but just because I always get, after sitting on a plane for so long, my back always hurts.
Sure.
Toradol takes care of everything. It's the best.
See, maybe that's the other problem. I don't stretch and I don't take anything because I don't like any.
And you don't see Grant enough.
And I don't, yeah. I'll take
You
a
got to
2:30.
schedule, an appointment.
I'll take a
with him.
2:30 Grant. Thanks.
Earlier this morning, Rich was talking to us about how his body's out of whack, rib out of whack. 361 number says, John Jay and Rich, you'd figure Rich would hurt himself with all the sexy time he's got going on daily, not going to the gym.
Man, if you put your rib out of place doing that, more power to you. I give you the slow clap.
Well, I think he's talking about you.
Yeah.
You think it's the gym. It's the sexy time you're having.
Not kettlebells.
Newlywed life.
Exactly. Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
The ban on TikTok is getting closer. I think we may be hearing from the Supreme Court by Sunday or as early as Sunday. And as we wait to see what happens, a lot of people have been talking about the app Lemon 8 to possibly replace TikTok, but that's not the most popular one. So apparently there was something that went trending on TikTok, and it was TikTok refugees. And after that, everyone figured everyone was going to the same app. It's called Red Note.
I have it.
So Red Note was actually China's answer to Instagram, because Instagram isn't allowed in China. Already has 300 million users, very established, very much like TikTok and Instagram combined.
So let me tell you, I have it, right? And I downloaded it a few days ago, and I started posting stuff on it. It's all in Chinese, all of it. It's very difficult, and it's also, from what I've understood, there's no freedom of speech, so a lot of accounts are getting deleted and tagged because they they can't say what they want to say. You get what I'm saying?
You don't want another John Jay. You don't want another problem with another country.
Right.
No, you do not. But Red Note is, as of this morning, I believe, when I checked, it is number 1 in Apple's App Store.
Yeah, I
It's been
believe
number 1 for a while.
Yeah, Jenna told me about it a couple days ago, and she was telling me how a lot of people are saying, like, we just downloaded this Red Note app and, like, we might get ourselves into, like, a Squid Game situation because none of us read the terms and agreements.
You can't read the terms, right? 'cause
Exactly.
Like John Jay said.
It's all in Chinese.
It's a
So
different
it's
language.
like, what did we actually sign up for right now?
But how can that app be okay and TikTok not?
Well, one of them's being banned and the other one isn't
I know,
yet.
but why? It's
Well, I think it's
even
only
more
a matter
Chinese.
of time.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
only
like
a
they're
matter
going
of
to come
time.
for Red Note eventually.
Oh, okay.
And they would come
Yeah.
for Lemonade because it's
Yeah.
owned by TikTok. It's
Eventually.
just it's buying you time
Yeah.
on a new app.
So then what's the next thing in America? Well,
I
what's
know.
next?
I
Bring
know.
back Vine.
MySpace.
Bring back Vine. So if the ban does go through, and they're saying it probably will, you won't be able to download TikTok anymore. There won't be any new updates. It won't work on some public Wi-Fi. It's more likely to glitch. They're not going to fix the glitches. TikTok drafts won't be stored. A lot of things won't start, or like will stop working on the app slowly but surely, and then it will just poof.
I'm
Go
so
away.
sad. Like, all on TikTok right now is like our farewells to TikTok. So it's like we've come full circle. Now we're done. It's like so sad. It's like
I
we're
know.
grieving this app.
I know. That is a ban a lot of people are sad about. A ban was announced yesterday that a lot of people are really excited about. You probably saw it on social media. Peyton and I actually talked to it. It was like it started breaking news towards the end of the show yesterday that the United States has finally banned the red food dye number 3. And it's because, as they've been warning for 30 years, they're like, oh, wait, this thing causes cancer. So we should probably take it out of our food. Literally 30 years, researchers have been warning the FDA about this, but the FDA finally said, okay, we got to take it out of food, drinks. It's in a lot of medications, like a lot of pills. Like if there's red birth control pills, chances are there's red dye number 3 in there. And so, like Jolly Ranchers, all the candies, everything, the drinks, it's all got it in there. Now, I was super excited. I'm like, all right. But they've got to like 2027 to take it out of food and 2028 to take it out of the medications. So it's not going to be a quick fix.
So just avoid it until then if you can.
If you can, yeah. And it's hard. It's hard to because those Sour Punch straws, they're pretty good. Yeah. The Department of Transportation, you guys, they are cracking down on airlines. In fact, they just sued Southwest Airlines for operating chronically delayed flights and fined Frontier Airlines for late arriving flights. And JetBlue was just fined $2 million for similar issues. They say these people have been operating with unrealistic flight schedules. By doing so, they've caused significant harm to their customers.
As they should. Good for them.
I know.
Well, that's
that,
why
like,
they're
maybe-
so
yeah.
inexpensive, probably. Because those 3 airlines you mentioned are the 3 cheapest airlines that I fly
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you
they
book
can't
with them.
guarantee you're going to get there on time. That's why
Right.
we're so cheap.
It's like if you book with them, you
Ish.
like don't care if your flight's canceled or delayed. Like you
They
know
gotta
that
put
going
that.
into it.
I know.
They got to put that in the terms.
All your arrival times say around 11 o'clock.
Right-ish. And that's 3 things you need to know.
What's the vibe for predictions?
It's
Peyton?
National Good Teen Day, so I'm going to tell if you were a good teen or a little troublemaker.
Juan,
Yeah.
good morning. What's your sign?
So, Cancer.
Cancer. Okay, as a teen, you were the emotional one, and you were always ready to help a friend, but you held grudges over forgotten plans. So if you ever got into trouble, Cancers, it was because you were standing up for someone who didn't deserve what was going on with them. So today, if you see a teen, remind them that kindness is always a flex.
Heck yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Juan. That'd be cool to put on a T-shirt. Kindness is a flex.
Yeah.
Deborah, hi. What's your sign?
Leo, just like me. Okay, Deborah, we were probably the drama when we were teens. So whether we were the teacher's pet or we were just the queen of hallway gossip, people noticed us. And if we caused trouble, it was in style. So we can celebrate today by hyping up a teen and reminding them that it's okay to own their spotlight.
Nice. Thank you.
Thanks,
You're
Deborah.
welcome.
Hi, Susan.
How are you doing, John Jay?
Doing great, Susan. What's your sign?
Virgo perfect, like yours.
It is the best sign.
Virgos, you guys were a good teen 100%. You guys had a planner before it was trendy, and if you broke any rules, it was probably to correct a teacher's mistake. So use today to pass down your organization hacks to a younger Gen Zer, and they will thank you later for it.
Love it.
I can see John Jay correcting his math teacher. Like, no.
No.
Speaking class.
First of all, speaking class, yeah, no way.
You know what? That's so funny. So my daughter Addie, she's a Virgo too, and in preschool, she literally was like, "Teacher, there's a frog in the room." The teacher's like, "Oh, that's cute. You have a good imagination." She's like, "No, there's a frog in the room." The teacher's like, "No, there isn't." And Addie's like, "Yes, there is," and there was.
I think there's a big difference in male Virgos and female Virgos.
I think so too. Yeah.
Big difference, because I would just look at the frog. I would never, ever speak up in class, ever.
Yeah, you look like your face is turning red just thinking about speaking up in class.
Susan, have a great day.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
What do you got for Pisces?
Yeah, Rich, Pisces, you were the dreamer, painting and writing poetry, or just lost in your music. If you got in trouble, it was probably because you were zoning out in class. So use today to tell a teen that their creative energy is magic and to never stop dreaming.
That is 100% true.
Yep.
How about for Libras?
Yeah, Kyle, you were the peacekeeper as a teen. You were always trying to make everyone happy, and if you ever caused trouble, it was through low-key rebellion just to keep things fair. So today, remind teens that balance is key, and life doesn't have to be all or nothing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of fun. But
Exactly.
in a good way.
Right.
All right, if we didn't get to your sign, they are all posted on our website at johnjandrich.com. Now, hold on a second. Earlier this week, Kyle was talking about the illegal substances that TSA took from her. In fact, I think there's a funny twist to the story that we didn't bring up. But you should tell that part, because I was there when you found it.
I had thought that wasn't the TSA part, though. The TSA
Right.
took my brand new Sephora brush cleaner and brand new Bath & Body Works lotion because they were too big and I didn't realize I didn't put them in my actual bag. Then on my plane, I had my purse open and I had a brand new compact in there, right? Straight from Max, $50, right?
Pricey.
And I got there and it wasn't in my purse and I'm like, great. It flew out on the flight too. This flight cost me billions and billions of dollars. Then I get home and I'm in my car and I'm looking for something and the compact was actually in my middle car.
No way.
I found it.
You didn't even put it in your purse?
You got your money back.
I was like, heck yeah. This is like winning the
So
lottery.
funny because literally the day you were talking about your compact, you pulled your compact out. You were like, look at this.
Yeah, the
Look at
old
how
one.
gross
I
this
still had
is.
the old one. It was so gross, but I got the new one and I switched them out.
Yay, I'm so happy for you. That's a win. That's a good day.
Because of what they took from Kyle, we said, what did TSA take from you? And it's blown up all week. John Jay and Rich, time for Stacks and Hacks. I have stacks of information. Rich has life hacks. A woman in Indonesia is going viral after she got her nose ring caught in the mesh on the back of an office chair.
Ow.
Peyton, you got a nose ring?
I have a lot of nose rings. Yeah, that sounds so painful. And it does hurt when your nose ring gets caught on something.
You've had it got caught on something?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Like a shirt or something like that. But that sounds intense.
She was taken to the local fire department where they were able to cut her free. Here she is yelling in pain from being stuck in the chair, and the emergency workers singing happy birthday in English when they were able to cut her free. I don't know why they sing happy birthday, but... Happy birthday. This next story I'm going to tell you just because I want to say this word so bad. Planters is hiring 3 people to drive in their nutmobile around the country for a year and be a brand ambassador. It pays $45,000 a year plus benefits. Walgreens has admitted that locking everything up to stop shoplifters has backfired because shoppers have stopped buying stuff that's locked up.
No, for sure. If I see something locked up, I just walk on by. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, well, and then because you have to wait for, you have to find an employee to help you, then you have to wait for him to come over there.
A 22-year-old man who works for Chipotle has been accused of using a GPS tracker, so he could coincidentally run into his ex.
Stalker.
Days could be numbered for Joanne Fabrics and Crafts, which is filed for bankruptcy for a second time within a year.
I love Joanne's.
Highly organized thieves are stealing porta potties in the UK.
Ew.
Why?
I don't know, unless it's those really, really nice ones.
It's gross, though.
I mean, a new one, sure.
Why would you want that?
Woman in Ohio says she got a side of marijuana with her chicken fries at Burger King. Here's the audio of her opening it up.
Went to Burger King tonight. Got my kids some chicken fries. This bag came. If you look down in there, you can see some residue. She got her chicken fries with the side of Do you see that? You can't say that on here. Mary Jane from Burger King.
Please drop the Addy to the Burger King.
She's having it her way.
Some people say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. 23% of American adults say it's their favorite meal of the day, but we have zero time for it. People spend less than 5 minutes eating breakfast. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, and I don't eat it.
Like breakfast food?
I love breakfast food.
See,
Love
I can't do
breakfast food.
like if I'm eating breakfast, like give me a taco. Like I like breakfast food that looks like lunch.
I talk about Over Easy. One of my favorite restaurants, Over Easy.
Yeah.
And they close at 2. I wish so many times they were open for dinner. I would go there all the time.
Breakfast for dinner is amazing.
Yeah, it's elite for sure.
Japan is selling a new type of eco-friendly toilet paper made from used diapers.
Ew.
They bleach and sanitize the diapers, then they shred them so they can be reused. It's good for the planet, and they're cheap. A roll costs $3. I don't know.
Yeah, pass. No, thank you.
That's a splurge worth doing
Yeah.
just to have it be right.
Is 2025 the year you finally stick to that resolution and get in better shape? A new poll looked at 4 fitness trends to expect this year. Now, I am so far in almost the end of week 2 of hitting 10,000 steps. It is so hard to hit 10,000
Good
steps.
job.
I went to my son's basketball game last night, and I told my wife I'm only going to stay for the first quarter because he wasn't playing because he's hurt. I says, I'm going to walk home.
Terrible idea.
Terrible idea. Walking is so boring.
And it's cold.
That part didn't bother me. It wasn't that bad. So here are 4 fitness trends. I guess team sports and studio-based workouts are trendy right now. Like yoga, spin classes are up 3 times from last year.
I heard Pilates is way up this year, too.
Personal trainers are still popular, but trending down. More people at the gym will be on Ozempic, they say. The poll found that weight loss drug people, Ozempic and Wegovy, they tend to prefer working out in the gym. They're less likely to exercise outside. Turning your workout into a game is more popular. It means things like the Apple Watch challenges and Fitbit badges. Those things are making people want to work out more. What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something going around. Am I right?
Yeah.
Some people are sick. So I got this little hack from Dr. Tanya Elliott, board certified allergist. And she says that this is a great way to clean your sinuses. And we're all going to try it in here. So what I want you to do is put your hand over your heart so like you can hear yourself breathe. And we're going to hum our way to clear sinuses. So here's what we're going to do. Yeah, clear your throat real quick. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to breathe in through our nose. And then when we hum, we should feel our chest vibrate. And the more you hum, the more you clean your sinuses. So breathe in through the nose. Feel your sinuses vibrating at all.
My nose, it is.
Feel your chest
tickling.
vibrating.
It's tickling a lot in my nose.
So if you do that a lot throughout the day, you will clear your sinuses.
What song is that?
Chest tummies.
There was this girl.
It's like my left nostril's really tickling.
Yeah. My right nostril is tickling. So keep doing that and you will have clear sinuses. And if you would like this hack and many more, check out johnjanerich.com.
Shoot us a text. Text JJR, whatever you want to say, to the number 96893. I just got a DM I want to read you guys. A DM direct message on Instagram. I was telling you guys about that TV show I started watching on Amazon, which is #1, called On Call. Any of you guys check it out yet?
No.
No, not yet.
And
But
I
I'm
told you
excited to get
it was
into
crazy realistic. This message is about that. It says, yeah, man, On Call is the ish, ultra realistic from both the cop and criminal perspective. He says, I almost skipped it because I thought it was just another cop show that they're trying to shove down my throat, but they kept bombarding me. I finally said, F it, I'm going to give it a try. Instantly addicted. I like how there's no real intro. They just plop down straight into action. I don't know why, but the main star reminded me of Peyton, and I actually kept wondering if it was her starring in it. But I thought for sure you guys would have mentioned it.
For sure. We would have.
Yeah, we definitely would have.
It's not her.
Number 1
What
show
does
on
she
Netflix.
look like?
Sorry, Peyton.
Oh my gosh, now I need to look it up. 'cause
I
I'm
shot Peyton a
curious.
text, but was surprised you didn't make the same connection when you were talking about it. You're only on episode 2, though. I can tell you this: 8 episodes is not enough. I need a season 2 pronto. Also, I don't know how to text you guys. I think it's because I've come to the conclusion that you all are assuming that everyone in the area lives in Arizona and they know their area code. You don't need to know an area code to text, do you?
No.
No. Also, I try the talkback thing a million times. You never respond or put my talkbacks on the air. So I don't know if they went through. Anyway, then he goes on to say, dare I say, maybe the best show I've ever seen is what he calls the show.
That's deep.
It's that guy, Dick Wolf, man. He does good stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's called and he goes, it moves very fast. 8 episodes went by in 4 hours. Like when Kyle watches on time and a half or whatever she does, it'll be over. I quote, literally, don't know what I'm supposed to compare it to because there's no show out there like this. So it's called On Call. It's on Amazon. And Peyton is not the star. Anyway, I suggest you guys check it out. Peyton, let's get into your possible summertime job.
Yeah. So my dad came up to me a couple weeks ago and he asked me if I would be interested in coaching a club basketball team this summer. Now, I grew up playing club basketball. I got to travel the country. I got to do so much fun stuff growing up. I missed out on a lot of cool stuff with like my regular friends, but I got to do a lot of cool stuff traveling the country with my dad as my coach. And so I was like, maybe I do want to get into club coaching because I feel like that was such a substantial part of my life and I would love to be able to give that back and be able to help like some other girls go through that too. You know what I mean? Like it really is. I think that's like playing club basketball is completely the reason why I am the way that I am today. Like it instilled my confidence, like it instilled my emotion, like seriously, all of that. And so I'm debating if I want to coach. And the problem is I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to handle the parents of club basketball because I coach high school girls basketball and you don't have to pay to play high school club or high school basketball. You just make a team and then you go from there. Where club, it's a lot of money that you're paying to have your kid be seen by these college coaches. And with a lot of money comes, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm paying you so my kid should play. And and you know what I mean? And I'm 26. I'm not very good with confrontation and I cry. And I don't know if I am prepared to handle people that are 20 years older than me yelling at me because their kid's not playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm a little on the fence if I want to do it. And I told my dad, I was like, if I do this, you got to handle the parent stuff because I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. I don't
you can't say that because that's part of it. That's a big part of it. It's a huge. I was the parent, and I tried to never ever throw my 2 cents in, and it is so hard to not do that. Meanwhile, when you see other parents are just on the other side of that, they're crazy, screaming and yelling and getting the coach's face.
And I'm crazy, and I got an attitude problem sometimes. So if you yell at me, I'm probably going to yell at you too.
When my son was 15, he was on a club ball team, and his coach, it was amazing. In fact, I saw him last night. And I remember they were in Atlanta for a tournament. I wasn't there, but my wife was there. And a fight broke out between the coach and one of the parents.
Oh, no.
Like, it was crazy. And then the coach got fired.
Yeah.
And he was a great coach. But he's fine. You know what I mean? But his son plays in the NBA, so I would listen to that coach.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, Peyton. I wouldn't do it.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
You don't need you to come in, unless you're willing to come in here and talk about it.
Oh, I would.
Let me tell you what this parent said.
I mean, I would assume
wouldn't.
that I would. I would think I would.
What did your dad say when you're like, you got to talk to the parents? I'm not dealing with that.
He was like, okay. I mean, he wasn't giving me any pushback because if I were to coach a team, my dad would 100% be on my staff. Like, I would have him there.
Well, isn't he also coaching teams?
Yeah, but he would make sure. My dad basically never missed one of my basketball games. And he tries not to miss any of my games coaching. So I feel like he'll show up for me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Yesterday I was supposed to have this lunch. It's so soon, but like the radio station wants to start talking about Love Pup Family Fest later on this year, because it was tremendous. So I had this lunch yesterday, and I was like all mentally prepared for this lunch, and I was going to I was debating whether or not I was going to do that new drink I told you guys about where I had 2 espresso shots over ice and it jacked me up.
Yeah.
So I was about to I was like, should I have this? Because I felt like I had low energy. Maybe I'll do one of these espresso shots. I was like, no, I'm just going to go in because if I'm low energy, I can just listen to what they're saying because, it's very hard for me to listen. So
That's true.
So I was like, all right. And then I got a text, and it was with our boss, and he canceled lunch because he's sick. He goes, I'm really sick. He called me, and he's like, I'm in the parking lot. I don't feel good. And I got this, that. And then it made me think of, because I remember was it before the break or was it a week ago when Easton was sick?
Yeah, it was a week ago.
What did he have?
He was throwing up. He was nauseous. Some type of flu bug for sure.
And then did it spread in your house?
We thought we were in the clear because I think he got sick like Wednesday night and all day Thursday. He was like not great. And, we were going to Denver. So I'm like, I don't want to take a sick throwing up kid on a flight. Mm-hmm. And Thursday evening, it was like, he's like, I think I'm better, Mommy. I think I I think I'm going to be good for the flight tomorrow. And I was like, oh, great. This is awesome. And all weekend, we were all great. And I'm like, whew, that was a close call. And then Monday, sure enough, Scott got it.
Oh, no.
Bummer.
And
Oh,
was
he did.
out for the count, like out for the count. He's like, it started off and he was like, you know, I've told you guys before, like sometimes like when we're hanging out as a family in the house, Scott just disappears and I don't know where he goes. Like I don't know what he's doing. Half the time he's on the toilet. Sometimes he goes into his office. I don't know. I just like leave him alone. Like he just needs his time or whatever. But he comes out and he's like, sorry, I'm like MIA right now. I really don't feel good. And so he got basically the same thing Easton got. So we all sleep in the same room right now.
Your whole family?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It started last summer when we let the kids bring mattresses into our room and we were doing like cool summer sleepovers. And then the kids just never left. So
That's fun. You'll miss those times later. They're kind of weird
I
now.
really
but
like it.
I think
Scott's
it's cool.
ready for it to not be happening, but I'm like, I think it's so cute. It's like fun. Like they're not in the bed with us. They
Right.
each have their own little like twin mattress on the floor. But anyway, so because he was sick, I was like, we're not sleeping in there. We're sleeping in separate rooms. Like he's got to have his space and then the air, and I don't want it. so me and the kids then went and we slept in another room, and we've just been sleeping in another room.
That's gonna be a new thing now.
Do you feel like you sleep better in the other room?
I don't really have issues sleeping at all.
Okay.
Like wherever I sleep, I'm usually
Okay.
pretty good. So, but I'm like, I looked at Scott yesterday and I'm like, kind of miss you at night. It's because we like haven't washed the sheets yet, and I don't want to sleep in the sheets until they're clean.
Oh, yeah, not with
'Cause
a
I don't
sickie
wanna
in
get
there.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because watching, like, I mean, both of them when it hit them, like, I feel for our boss because when it hit both of them, it was like, oh, you know, when you see someone you love and they're in pain and they're clearly like can't get out of it and can't control what's happening to them, it's such a terrible feeling for
Yeah,
them.
he called me in the parking lot. And he was like, I got to go home. I don't feel good. I can't go to lunch. And I was like, my first thing was like, thank God I didn't have that double espresso shot.
Oh my gosh, you would have been jacked up. I think it's influenza A that's going around. My grandma has been like super sick with a stomach bug, fever.
did you guys see?
And she's down bad.
The flu list, I guess the flu's way up, and Arizona is like the number 1 or 2 state for
I
hospitalization.
think I got it over
for the
Thanksgiving.
flu.
Thankfully,
Well,
I kind of passed it. But
I went to go give blood yesterday because I like to give back as much as I can to
look
the
at
community.
you.
Of course.
And something happened yesterday. They told me there's something going around, right? So I had to answer my wife went with me, right? So I said, and you know, my wife's the person that you put on your sign, you know, when you sign up for a doctor and they say, who else can
Oh
share this
yeah,
information?
like your
Case of
emergency.
emergency.
Your
Yeah, she's the person. Share the information with her. So I go to give blood, and they say, we're ready for you. And I go, okay. I go, come with me to my wife. And they go, no, she can't come. I'm like, what do you mean she can't come? She's like on my thing. And they go, doesn't matter. There's a bunch of personal questions we're going to ask you, which they do all the time when you give blood. And I go, she knows everything. You can bring her in. She can't come in. The lady said, she can't come in. I'm like, Blake goes, all right. She goes and sits down. So I sit down. They ask me all these questions, tons of questions, which I've answered a million times when I give blood. And I said, how come she can't come in? She goes, we don't let toddlers in with their parents in here. And it's a small room. Like, you know those little studios back there? It's like that. You go to a little room like that, right? I'm like, what do you mean you don't let toddlers in? She goes, that's how the government has it set up. You can't. She goes, if a woman was here with an infant, we don't let the infant in.
What do you do with
What?
the infant?
That's weird.
Somebody else watches. I go, I don't understand something. I said, I'm giving blood for free for you. Like, and essentially, I'm doing you a favor. I said, and you guys are selling the blood to the hospital, if I understand. So if I come in with my toddler or my infant, you should let me have them in here.
Yeah, and who's gonna like leave their toddler out alone?
Right. So,
That's weird.
So she goes, don't bring your baby in here. Then I realized I was dealing with, like, she literally raised her hand, don't bring your baby in here. We're not babysitters. I was like, exactly. So my baby will be with me. So anyway, I don't have a baby, and I'm getting into this argument with her in this circle, and I realize I'm having one of these arguments with these people that it doesn't matter what.
Right, like no
not
matter
go
what you
right.
say.
anywhere.
Like the
Yeah.
common sense isn't
Yeah.
hitting.
No.
And then I was like, well, if I'm a single mother, I am not coming here to donate blood.
Stand your ground.
I was so irritated.
That's so funny. We were talking about like everyone's getting sick. They're actually calling it a quademic.
Oh, well, what is that?
Yeah, so they say it's the rise of influenza, RSV, and COVID-19 and norovirus. And so they're calling it the quademic. So it's like, you know, someone that's
Don't
sick,
go anywhere.
chances are they've got one of those.
I had this song that we just played right now on my mind since yesterday, and it's because can you play the beginning of it real quick? Let me see. Red dye. Oh, red dye. That was on my mind the whole time because of the song yesterday. And then we're playing it today. I feel like we purposely put it in there because it's so topical. But she doesn't say red dye.
No, she does not.
Because red, what is it? Red number 4? Red number 5?
Number 3.
Number 3 is gone. Is there a red number 3? Is there a number 2? Is there 1?
There's a red 40.
Red 40. Anyway. This is a pretty cool clip. It's I guess it's the first recorded audio of a meteorite hitting the ground.
Well, that sounds cool.
Because what happened was a Ring camera caught it, and it happened in Canada, and this meteorite just nails the ground so hard. It's not that like, oh my God, it's amazing. Like what do you think it sounds like, Rich?
I think it would sound like a little explosion.
Okay, what do you think it sounds like, Peyton?
I would think that it would sound like, like an explosion, like if a bag of bricks hit the floor.
How would that sound?
Like,
no, do it with your mouth.
wah! I don't
Wow.
know. Wow! Like that.
Wow.
That's what I think it would sound like.
Kyle, what do you think it would sound like?
Like a massive explosion. Like,
That's what I thought.
yeah, like rocks flying everywhere.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't think I'd ever in a million years thought they would sound like, wah! But this,
Like, woof.
this is it. This is exactly the sound of a meteorite hitting the ground. That's it.
That kind of sounded like mine.
More
Is
like
it really
wah.
far away
Kinda
or close
dainty.
up?
Oh, it's right by the video is cool too.
It sounded like
Sounds
someone
like
cutting down a
glass.
tree or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
No,
a glass break.
That's what it is. So these space movies are full of it.
Yeah, it sounded like a windshield just
Yeah.
kind of cracking a little bit.
Love Pup posted a dog named Evie, and she's a beautiful, I don't know, mix of something. White dog, looks like she's got husky and I don't know. She's just beautiful. She's a beautiful dog. And the people that adopted her from us in 2019 and gave her back because they're having a baby.
Oh.
I know, it's so sad. So if you want a perfect dog, go to Love Pup Foundation on Instagram and shoot us a DM. Okay, let's get to some entertainment news. What's the latest with Travis Kelce?
So he was asked in an interview just yesterday if, Taylor Swift, kind of done with her Eras tour, maybe wanting to start the next chapter of their lives together. Is she at all pressuring him to retire from the NFL so they can focus on a quieter life together? And he answered it pretty directly.
She's fully encouraging me to enjoy playing this game, and she loves coming to Arrowhead and coming to the games and cheering for me. So I got all the support in the world to keep chasing these dreams. That's the beauty of being in a very strong relationship, is that you get that support to be able to come in and focus on your craft, focus on being the best version of you. I don't have to worry about things off the field. I wanted to be at the concert supporting her and being there for her, making sure she feels comfortable and supported in everything she's doing in life.
I feel like, what did they think he was going to say? Like, yeah, no, she said I can't play football anymore and follow her around. Like, no, like,
Well,
of course.
I
That's
was
what she's gonna
impressed that
say.
he actually answered the question, because he is actually opened up about how he has to be more of a secret keeper now that he's with Taylor Swift, and he just said no. You know what I mean? And he gave us some like dish on their relationship too, because he's like indicating how strong they are together and how supportive they are
Yeah,
of
it
each
sounded
other.
good.
So I thought that was a pretty good answer.
I think he's trying to convince us that contract wasn't real.
Yeah, I know.
It got me. I'm like, okay, maybe
they
they
just
are.
changed the date, maybe.
I don't know where I saw this, but I saw that she's maybe going to announce that she's going to do another more of her tour.
Yeah. There's a consideration that she's going to take her Eras tour out on the road again, possibly to China.
Because of TikTok? I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Maybe because she's just like, hey, it worked here and fans want it there. Maybe take it away. Who knows?
Peyton, you're all excited about Keke Palmer?
Yeah, I'm really excited about Keke Palmer because Keke Palmer and SZA are starring in this movie called One of Them Days, and it comes out next Friday.
It looks funny.
It looks hilarious and rich. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 100%.
Oh,
So
wow.
I am pumped to go see
Yeah,
this movie.
I saw the preview. I meant to ask you about it, because every scene to me looks really funny.
Yeah, that's what they said. They were like, every scene is laugh out loud funny, and it's basically going to be like a mix of Girls Trip and
Little barbershop in
Friday
there?
After Next.
Yeah, a little Friday in there?
Yeah, like that's basically
Friday.
what they're comparing.
Friday
Friday
After
After
Next.
Next.
All right.
Did you see Keke Palmer and then her friend like talking about selling her feet?
No.
Like pictures
No.
of her feet.
I do have big feet, about a size 10, and my height doesn't even make sense of it, because I'm only 5'5". But baby, these feet can whoop, 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 they can dance, they can do, I can hit you with the crisscross, the feet can go to work.
I'm selling your feet, and somebody out there would love that.
You know what I'm saying? If I just drop, cover the foot, thing.
Why can't you do it just anonymously?
I could, but then how do I get the traffic to my OnlyFans?
Right.
You gotta be like, these feet are crazy,
have no idea whose feet these are, but you must see them immediately.
I'm supposed to. Just give me a cut.
Yeah, so if you start seeing Issa Rae post mystery feet pictures, it's probably Kiki Palmer.
That's hilarious because Issa Rae is directing, I think, as a part of, or producing a part of this movie. So I'm really excited because
So
it's going to be
funny.
hilarious.
I think right now a lot of celebrities are starting to do post pictures of their feet. I saw that Kate Beckinsale did yesterday. What's the girl that's in Elsa? What's her name?
Idina
Elsa?
Menzel?
No. The other one.
Kristen Bell?
Kristen Bell. Yeah,
That's
they
funny.
did. Yeah.
I'm like you said, Elsa. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
she's
Anna.
So what did Kylie Jenner say about her boyfriend?
Timothy Chalamet. They've been dating now for a couple years, and apparently she's told friends that she feels like he may be the one. She's like never felt this way about any of her other men before, and things are getting really serious between the two. And I'm like, okay, I can see. I kind of
love
like
that.
them together.
I think they look really cute
Yeah.
together, and like there's just something about Timothy Chalamet. Like he's got that riz. Like I'm a fan of him. More pictures I see of him, I'm like, I get it, Kylie. But of course she's gonna love him. He's a movie star. She dropped the rappers, and now she's going for the movie star. Duh.
Totally different type of personality.
Totally different type of vibe. Like, come on now.
How about Kelly Osbourne and these fires in Los Angeles?
Wow. So, I mean, we've seen a lot of celebrities out there helping, and she's questioning where it's coming from some of them. And I kind of feel like she may be targeting Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who went and like served food and like snapped a bunch of pictures.
Oh.
A couple of other celebrities, like the news stations have just noticed them out and like bombarded them, but like haven't really been out promoting that they've been helping. So that's who I think she's targeting when she said this.
Is it just me being my normal overthinking, cynical self? Or is it really disturbing to see all of these celebrities using other people's pain and suffering as a photo op to say, look, I'm helping, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No one asked you to come out and give hugs. Go home.
Okay, Kelly.